You are listening to the Estheticians Learn More podcast with Brittany Hageman, episode number 199. Do you want to double your business in 1 year? Are you an esthetician solo business owner that is very, very tired because you are working for every single dollar that you earn? Are you making between $5,000 and $7,000 a month consistently in your esthetician business? And the only way that you can see that you can make more money is to add more hours? Is the money going out of your business just as fast as it's coming in? Do you feel like you're on the verge of burnout? Do you not understand how other estheticians can actually make a profit? If you say yes to any of these questions, I can help you. In my one-to-one 6-month individualized coaching program, I will teach you to double your business in 1 year. I combine proven strategies and business systems along with mindset coaching to teach you how to change the systems in your business that aren't making you money. My clients that have incorporated all of these systems into their business consistently have seen phenomenal results. If you're interested in working with me, use the link in the show notes. I cannot wait to meet you. I am in shock that I'm almost at 200 episodes. I think I'm going to do a giveaway for my 200th episode. I am really grateful. I know some of you have listened to every episode. And I know I have because I've edited every episode. But I definitely have, I just have so much appreciation for you for listening. If you've listened to one or all, almost 200. Wild. I'm really grateful. Really grateful. Today, I want to talk about something that I've talked about a little bit on Instagram and in some of my workshops and with my clients, and that is what I call a Dove bar soap client. A Dove bar soap client is a client that wants to come in for a facial because they don't like something about their skin, but they use Dove soap on their face and maybe no moisturizer and definitely no SPF. And they have zero interest in changing. They are not going to buy skincare from you. And I want to talk about why we've gotten these clients and what to do with them and how to not attract them anymore and get different clients. So I had Dove soap bar clients. They are out there. They are out there in the wild. They are normal people, right? My mom is a Dove bar soap client. And I'm not putting any shame on her, but it is what it is. It is how she views her skin. So my mom probably has never had a pimple in her entire life. She did start getting wrinkles. I don't even know how long ago now. She's in her 70s, probably like 20 years ago. The wrinkles probably started to become more pronounced for her. But she doesn't value skincare. Like, she would always get her hair done. Like, she dyes her hair. She does not let her grays be there. She would never miss a hair appointment, but she uses Costco brand makeup wipes to wash off her makeup. She doesn't even wear makeup every day. Definitely doesn't wear a sunscreen every day. She does sometimes. It is just not a thing for her. A couple of years, maybe 10 years ago, she was like, maybe I should get Botox or filler. Like, went in for a consultation, was like, holy crap, that's a lot of money. I'm not doing that. And that's like temporary, For a very short period of time, she saw an esthetician when I was still in San Diego who she liked, but she didn't see the results, and I'm putting that in quotes, fast enough. It made sense for her to keep spending the money on the facials and then the products. And I know she uses moisturizer now because she says her skin's really dry, but it is not high on her priority list. Would she spend around $100 for a relaxing facial? Maybe. Would it be one of the first things to go if she wanted to cut back her budget? Absolutely. Would not getting her hair dyed be part of that? But no, that is top of her budget and will always be and always has been. I think she started going gray at like 35, 40, and was like, no, I don't want this. There's nothing wrong with this situation. There are many people out there in the world like this. And that's okay. Their skin is not a priority for them. They don't see it as something that's important. They may be attracted to really cheap prices because they're like, that sounds like a nice treat. Like, I'm going to go and get a nice $75 facial. That's great. So they come and they book with you. And then they really like you. And they really like the service. I'm like, this feels really nice. I'm super relaxed. My skin feels really nice. And then they go home and they use their Dove bar soap or Costco makeup wipes or whatever things they use. And then you talk to them about a $50 cleanser or $150 retinol or whatever. And they're like, no. And they may even tell you they really like that you don't talk to them about products because they love their Dove bar soap and their, Cetaphil moisturizer or whatever junk they like to use. And then you get busy and you get booked and you start to have clients that are actually buying products and, investing in more high-end treatments. And you're like, this Dove bar soap client, I really like her because she's been super loyal to me. She's been coming to me for 3 years and comes every month for her $75 facial and talks to me about how expensive the facial is and doesn't buy product, but she's super loyal because that $75 facial, she comes every month. And then we are in this situation. And I am laughing because this has happened to me. So I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at me because I can remember these people in my mind. And it's a very weird dynamic that you're in because you like the person and they like you. And the deal you have is been a good deal for both of you. But now it's not a good deal for you anymore because you could have someone in that spot spending $300 on Procel or something and buying $200 worth of product. Instead, you're making $75. So you're losing an insane amount of money by keeping this client on. So what do you do? Okay. First, you have to be fully booked. This strategy will not work for you if you have lots and lots of openings and not a demand to get in. So if you're not there yet and you have Dove bar clients, you have to work harder to get those books filled. Okay, fully booked, maybe even a wait list. You have advanced treatment. You have services on your menu that people are booking that are more. Also, please don't do a facial for $75. I am joking when I say that. Please, for the love of God, do not do facials for $75. I don't care where you are in the country. That's way too cheap. You're not making any money, I can promise you. But let's say you've raised your price to $125, okay? But $125 versus a $300 treatment and products, there's no different. You make so much more money, right? So you need to have advanced treatments and or services that people are interested in buying, okay? And the products. Then you have to decide what you're going to do with these Dove bar clients. There's a couple things that you can do. You can raise your prices so that they are paying more for your time. You can tell them, that's option 1. Option 2, you can tell them moving forward, all of your clients that come are on products. So if they want to keep coming for their facials, they got to have skincare routine from you. Or you can say you no longer offer that service. Or that's that option 3. Option 4 is you keep seeing them, but you have to know you're taking a loss every time. And for you, it's more about the connection with the person than it is anything else. None of these 4 options are the right option or the wrong option for you. You only the one who knows. But I know you have some Dev Bar Soap clients who you are not connected with. You just feel guilty and you feel like you need to continue to give them what they want, even though it's not a fun experience for you. And you can 100% book someone else in their spot. It may feel really ruthless to you if you're in this stage in your business, but if you're at that point where you are that booked and people really love your services and love you and you can have incredible results, you have to be fair to yourself and to other people in your area. And it's okay to be like, this is what I'm doing from here on out. It's okay for that person to be mad and leave. It doesn't mean that you're greedy. It doesn't mean anything about you. It just means that's not what you do anymore. Like I stopped doing waxing early on in my business. And people were really disappointed, and I could have kept doing waxing, but I really didn't want to. And I loved my waxing clients. I really didn't want to keep doing that anymore. I was making way more money doing acne, and I just hated flipping the room back and forth. And if you listen to this podcast, I just don't really care that much about hair. It's like, if there's a hair, it's fine. It's fine if we leave it, which is not a great quality of someone who waxes. So I just told people I stopped doing waxing. So maybe like they're all signing up for this basic facial. And you're like, I don't do this facial anymore. This $125 facial, I do not offer anymore. I only offer these $200 facials or whatever. And then they can decide if they're going to spend more money to keep coming to see you or not. And that is totally okay. You don't have to give someone a discounted price forever if it no longer works with your business. I know that feels really wrong to you because a lot of us are helpers and we like helping people, and money in numbers feels icky and it feels greedy. But think about the person who really wants that advanced treatment, who can't get on your schedule because of the person, the Dev Bar Soap client, who wants their cheapest facial that includes, a 20-minute massage, and then they don't buy any product. Right? Like, I know, I'm laughing again because I know these people. So I did that as I got busier in San Diego, and I really did not want to keep doing facial. I just wanted to do acne, and I was booked. I had a handful of people, and I told them, like, this is a secret society here. I am no longer doing facials, but I will do facials for you because we were very close friends. Some of them I'm still like close friends with today. Very close friends. They would buy a couple products. They weren't like buying a ton of products. And when they came, it was such a wonderful experience for me. It was like my favorite person of the day. So it was totally fine for me to keep seeing them as facial clients. And I had some facial clients that were just not my favorite, that were Dev Bar Soap clients. And I just told them I wasn't doing facials anymore. I was just doing acne because I took it off my service menu so no one could see it. I could only book them privately, my current clients. And they knew that. They knew they had to email me if they needed to reschedule or something because it was like a hidden appointment. And that totally worked for me. I've had clients that have just stopped doing the service altogether, and that those people off to find new people. I've had clients that have told people, be like, this is what we do here now. You have to buy products. And that also would get rid of some people that weren't dedicated. And like, I think about my mom, if she was seeing someone and they took away the facial that she liked, that was a less expensive facial, and that meant she had to do a more expensive facial, she would probably be a little bit annoyed. But she honestly, that is not her priority, so she doesn't really care. If her hairstylist like stopped dyeing hair, she would, or raised her price, she would make that work for her because that is very important to her. So we have to think about every person. Your Dev Bar Soap client has things that are very important to them they are willing to pay for. It may not be you. And when I say you, I don't really mean you. I mean just getting their service. Okay. It's actually really important for you to separate yourself from the service that they get because it doesn't have anything to do with you. It's their own priorities and their own way of looking at their life and their money and things like that. So they may have priorities that are very important to them, they are not willing to give up, and a facial is not on that list. Or a Brazilian is not on that list, or whatever. Lashes are not on that list. And they have a right to stop coming because of their own life, and you have a right to make changes in your business that make sense for your business. Both can exist at the exact same time. And you can love them and still not offer their service. Like I know if you listen, you know I used to do makeup. I worked for one of my friends. I was a contractor. And I loved working with her. We had so much fun. She's hilarious. And we would always like go out to eat after. If I didn't have other like esthetician clients I had to get back for. And I really enjoyed working for her. But the actual job itself of like, hauling my makeup case and all, like I was done doing that. And like we're still friends. I stopped working for her because I no longer wanted to do the service that she wanted, she was hiring me for. There is no difference to that in someone coming in for a service that you no longer offer, that they're essentially hiring you for. They are paying money to get a service. If you don't want to do that service, if it doesn't serve you, if you're like, you see that service on your menu on your day and you're like, oh, not again, it's like, this is like the last thing you want to do. And you can book someone else in that time slot doing something you really want to do that's making you more money. You need to do that. You need to do that. And it's not being ungrateful. It's not being unloyal. You gave them great services for years. You held, like, they paid you money, you had a great service. You held up your end of the bargain. It would be ungrateful, unloyal if they've been paying you money and you haven't been giving them services and then you take it away and they can't ever reimburse that. That is what it would be like. That's not ethical. But they paid you and you did the service. Your side of the expectation was complete every time you did that service. Just because you don't offer that anymore, just because it's not for sale anymore, it doesn't mean you don't care about the buyer. Do you see how that's not like it's just not for sale anymore? We just don't do that service here anymore. Like, things go on sale, like you buy certain clothes and they sell out and you can't buy them anymore or whatever. Like things sell out, things go, like that is part of life. And if you're not doing it in a way to manipulate your clients or to hurt your clients, you're just doing it because you're like, I hate this facial or I hate this service and I don't make any money from a business perspective. It is the service I make the least amount of money in, and I could be making more money doing this. That is the right decision because you are owning a business. You are owning a business and you need to make money. You can still care about those people. And if they truly care about you as deeply as you care about them, they would understand. They may be just super disappointed, but they'd understand. You're like, listen, Kelly, I love seeing you every month. I love it so much, but for a number of reasons, I've decided to stop doing the service. And I feel terrible, but that is the decision I've come to. Kelly can be super disappointed and also happy for you that you're doing what's best for you. And if Kelly's like, oh, well, super mad, their relationship that's not a real, like, then it was just a superficial relationship to begin with. So it's okay. Like, it's okay, right? It wasn't as deep as you expected it to be. And that's hard, but it's okay. So I want you to go back to making sure you're booked, making sure you have services that people that could take that spot of services that pay the money, decide what's best for your business and your own mental health, and then do it. Because if you hope that you're going to turn a Dove Bar client into a client that is buying advanced treatments and advanced skincare, you will probably not be successful at that. That is a very hard person to turn into a sale for those things and for them to see the value and keep buying it and all the things. They're like, man, this skincare was expensive. Or I could just buy my Dove Bar soap. And I feel like it was pretty similar. They don't see it. They're never going to see it. Even if the results are as clear as day for you, they just don't value it. It is not that they don't value you, it's just skin or whatever it is that you do isn't on their high priority list. And there are so many people that it is. Like, I've always cared about it. Like, I talked about my mom at the beginning of this episode. I always cared about it because I had quote unquote bad skin. I hate saying bad skin, especially after working in acne for years, but I had acneic skin. My dad did too. That's where I got my acne from. Fortunately, I did have some of my mom's genes, so it wasn't the severity that my dad had, who had very, very severe acne forever. And he's in his 70s and he still gets blackheads. And he like is like mentally scarred from it. Like him telling me like of my brother and sister, I had the like quote unquote worst skin. He was like, you're gonna be okay. Like, we're not gonna let this happen to you. What happened to me? Because he experienced it. So I always was trying out, like I was always on skincare routines and things like that because I was breaking out constantly. And so it was always important to me. It just wasn't important to my mom. But we have different lives, right? So there are people like me out there where it is really important. And there are people like my mom, it's not. So don't take it personally because it's not about you. It's about them. Okay, that's it for today. I'll talk to you next week for the 200th episode. Bye for now.